What's going on, guys? Just here to make a disclaimer. The video that you're about to watch was actually filmed for my older channel about 3 to 4 years ago. So things might look a little different, quality might be a little worse. Since then I've learned how to edit better, video better. So just know that the quality of this video isn't what I uphold my current videos to. So that's why they look a little off. So yeah, enjoy. What is going on, guys? This is part 2 of the shifter cart build. If you have not seen the first one, go check that one out. This video is going to be all about painting all the parts, making everything look presentable, and putting everything back together. If you notice, I did not film myself cleaning all the parts. That's because it was a boring and time-consuming process. I spent 2 days sanding and grinding everything and taking off all the rust. And now, before all the rust comes back, I'm going to paint all the parts. There's not going to be any chrome left. Sadly, in the process of taking apart the shaft to clean everything, I lost 2 bearings. They were seized on there pretty good, so I had to cut them off. I'm left with 1, so that's pretty much it. I'm going to have to buy new ones and then wait for them to come in the mail, as well as some various miscellaneous parts. But that's not going to stop me from finishing the project right now, or finishing what I can finish, which is pretty much like 90% of it. The rest is the engine and the shaft, and yeah, you get the picture. So I'm going to stop talking because I just want to finish this, because everything is laid out, everything is ready and roaring to go. Okay, I don't know what the problem is here, but the shaft is like, the clearance between the shaft and the inner bearing right here is so small that like I get 1/4 through and it gets jammed up. So here's my quick solution. I put this shaft inside the refrigerator. Hopefully it will shrink. And I painted it thinking that was a good idea to you know, keep it from rusting, but I think that thin layer of paint is a little bit too much, and it actually jammed up, and I had to do the same thing to take out the original bearings, which is kind of sketchy because I think I damaged the bearing, the seal, but it still rolls, so that's fine with me. I don't really care. But yeah, I don't know why it's so, on videos it seems so easy, probably because the shaft is all, it's probably damaged or bent or something like that, but yeah, it's weird. Anyways, I'm gonna wait for that to shrink, and then I'm gonna heat up these with a torch, and then hopefully that would slide in. Hopefully, we'll see. And yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at right now. So I'll tell you guys how it went. I got it in. So I fought with it a lot. So at first I thought that just using the bench grinder over here to take off the rust that was on there previously was enough, but it was not. I put it in the fridge, tried to make it shrink. It still was jamming up on me, so I thought of it, and I found out that the impurities caused by the rust actually created some bubbles on the surface area of the shaft. So that's the cause of why it was jamming up on me. It wasn't because of the size difference or or just wrong measurements. It was because of those small very impurities. Like I said, the clearance between the bearing and the shaft are so small that even the thinnest little dirt could get in the way. So what I did was I just got my bench grinder, I put on the grinding wheel, and I just very lightly went over the whole shaft, making sure that I got off all the impurities caused by the rust. And sure enough, it slid through all the bearings with a little force from the blow hammer, but you know, that's usually how you have to do it. So yeah, now I put some anti-seize in between the bearing and the shaft, so in the future inevitably I'm going to have to take it off again for something. It won't fight me as much. And I also put a very thin layer of paint just so it won't rust as much. It's still going to rust a little bit, I already know that for sure, but not as much as if I didn't put the thin layer of paint. And I was kind of worried that the thin layer of paint was going to get in the way of the clearance, but it wasn't. It was pretty small, so yeah, that's pretty good. And yeah, it's coming in pretty good. I mean, you guys can see from the back. The front's pretty much already done. All I have to do is hook up the gas and the braking system. I still have to go get the brake lines, but I could put on the brake pump, and once I paint the brake calipers, which I'm going to do on another video, that's going to be ready. But while I wasn't filming, I did very small stuff that you guys didn't see. Like I put a rubber hose over the gas pedal so the paint won't chip off and look ugly in the future, and also a little bit of comfort for my foot, even though it's not that much of a difference. I even put some fuel lines over the gas that goes over the gas pedal, and painted the e-brake cable red. That's pretty much it. I did very small things as well, as I put clear nail polish over the bolts that I grinded, like all these bolts that were rusted. I grinded, and so to keep it from rusting, I just went over a thin layer of clear nail polish. And it's not going to come off because I'm not going to be touching the bolts that much or doing anything, so I'm not really worried about that. And it's a cool, cheap way to keep it looking nice for a while. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for this video. I think that it's long enough for one video. I'm gonna do more on the next one. I'm gonna put on the wheels, or put on the hubs, put on the disc brake, the brakes, pretty much hook up everything else. I don't know if I'm going to use that engine that I have, or I'm going to find another one. If I do not find another one, I'm going to put that one temporarily just to mess around with it. And then I'm going to have to get another gear as well. So there's a couple of more parts that I need. But for the overall, it looks pretty good. It's coming in pretty good, and the time frame is pretty good. So everything's awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you on the next video.